Good evening, Crusader fans. Welcome back as we are right set to tip off for this game between the Brother Rice Crusaders and the Marmion Academy Cadets. We should have a good one on our hands tonight here, Leo.
Yeah, this is going to be a good game. Home opener, electricity is in the air. We're fired up here. All we need is for the boys to tip off, and this is going to be a great game.
Yeah, we got a lot of Crusader craze out tonight. Always good to see. You know they're going to be getting in the heads of these cadets tonight and cheering on our Crusaders. Starting tonight on both sides. First for the Marmion Cadets, number 4, Tommy Surges, number 10, Seth Broom, number 12, John Reed, 33, Mick Sullivan, and number 44, Ryan Fletcher. On the Crusader side, we have number 1, Ryan Kellogg, number 11, Joshua Boulanger, number 23, Brendan Coughlin, number 24, Marquis Kennedy, and number 31, Nick Bose. Boulanger set to tip off against the very tall and very big Mick Sullivan for the Cadets. And here we go. Cadets win the tip-off. Come up the court quick. Surges secures at the top of the key. Looks to set up his offense here. Pass it off to number 12, John Reed. Reed goes around Kellogg. Off to number 10, Seth Groom in the corner. And again, Surges off the top of the key. Surveying this Crusader defense. Crusaders playing man. Over to Reed in the corner. Drives to the hoop, makes spin move, shots up, and it's no good. But Mick Sullivan is there to clean it up for the Cadets. Kennedy brings it up the court. Over to Kellogg. Kellogg gets a screen from Bose. Kellogg trying to find some help. Back over to Kennedy. Boulanger in the short corner. Coggs drives to the hoop. And he gets it ripped up. Surges versus Kennedy in the basket. And it's no good. Coughlin secures the rebound and he pushes it up court for the Crusaders. Over to Kellogg in the corner. Back to Coggs. Back over to Kellogg. Over to Kennedy. Kennedy looks to drive, pulls up, and it's good. Marquis Kennedy for 2.
That was a nice finish by Kennedy there. At first the Crusaders looked a little too excited, just hurrying up too much, but then they slowed it down and Kennedy was able to finish that off with a nice 2-pointer.
Absolutely. Surges surveys the offense. Over to Reed. Back to Groom. Groom puts it up from just side of the arc, and it's no good. Boulanger secures the rebound. Kennedy pushes it up court. Over to Kellogg in the corner. Kellogg looks to pull up for the jump shot, and it's no good. But Boulanger gets the rebound. Coughlin over to Kennedy. Kennedy looks to drive again. Over to Boulanger. Boulanger goes baseline. And we got a charging foul on Boulanger. Ryan Fletcher sets up to take that charge. It's a good play, though.
It was a good play, though. This was the first time this season we've seen the French Freak in action here at home, and he's just doing what he does best.
French Freak earns his
action
nickname.
Under the basket. That's what he's here to do.
Earns his nickname rightfully so, as he is always all over the court. We got our first sub of the game. Number 34, Ryan McMahon into the game for the Cadets as Surges surveys the offense. And it is stolen by Kennedy. Great steal. Bose drives up court over to Kellogg. And it is no good, just short. Boulanger is up. And we got a foul. Foul's on number 10, Seth Groom.
It was a great job there by Marquis Kennedy, reading the play there and getting the turnover to set up this offensive attempt for the Crusaders.
Yeah, and so far, we're only a couple minutes in the game, but it's a really fast-paced game. The Crusaders and Cadets are both looking to get up the court as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I did notice the speed, but let's see how well the big guys from Marmion can keep up with the Crusaders. The Crusaders might not have the size, but they're used to that. They're used to being the smaller team. They definitely have more athleticism and speed than the Cadets do.
Boulanger makes the first of 2. Throws up, and it goes right back down. Boulanger, 2 of 2 from the line.
He's definitely one of the Crusaders' most underrated free throw shooters. We saw that last year in the Marist game. He's just clutch from the free throw line.
I definitely agree with you there, Leo. He's always known as a defensive player, but what people tend to forget is his offense. As Marquis gets the steal, flying up court around defenders, kicks out to Kellogg for 3, and it's no good. Cadets secure the rebound over to Reed. Surges surveys the offense here. Back to his coach for the play, and they are ready to set up. Groom over to Reed. Back over to McMahon. Can't find a man, but he does find Surges. Back over to Reed. Reed drives baseline, pulls up, and it is good. John Reed for 2 over Ryan Kellogg. Kennedy looks to Cogs. Cogs almost gets fouled there. Picks up a nice screen from Bose. Cogs stops, and he's just short on the floater. Kind of slowed down a little bit there. May have affected his shot. Here comes the big man. Pulls up. And it's no good. French Freak pulls down the rebound. Cogs over to Kennedy. Pulls up from 3. And it is good. Marquis Kennedy for 3 as the Cadets are going to call a timeout. Marquis Kennedy scoring 5 of the Crusaders' first 7 points. Really showing what we were saying in the pregame show, Leo, how huge of an addition he is. You know, it seems to me that right now the offense is running through him.
Definitely. He's creating all the opportunities. We saw the turnover there that set off the free throw attempt. Boulanger, then we saw the 3 there. He's just out there making plays. Eventually Marmion's defense is going to see that, and they're probably going to try to cover him, which is going to set up the opportunities for other players, for Coughlin, for Boulanger. He's doing something no matter where he is on the court. Marmion's defense is going to be focusing on him. Let's see if the Crusaders can take advantage of that.
You know, when I heard that the Crusaders had a new basketball player coming in, Brother Rice, first things I heard was that he's athletic, he can get to the basket. But ever since the season started, you know, he's able to shoot it just as well as he's able to get to the basket.
His athleticism was never questioned. He placed 6th in the Illinois State track meet in the high jump as a sophomore. But I've really just been blown away by what he can do with the ball.
Right.
His shooting ability rivals that of Josh Nigo or Mike Shepsky.
Crusaders trap at half court. Crusaders looking to pick up the defensive tempo. It's over to Reed for 3, and it is no good. Boulanger secures the rebound. Kennedy almost gets it stolen, but he somehow holds on, and he is fouled right behind half court.
Look at how Marquis Kennedy was able to stay composed there. He was hunched over and had 2 cadet defenders on him, and he was still able to control the ball there. That is just heads-up basketball by the junior.
Fouls on number 4, Tommy Surges. Kennedy drives to the hoop, dumps off to Boulanger. Nice move, but he's there for the putback, and it's good. Josh Boulanger, like we said in the pregame show, always there to clean up the rebounds.
Getting freaky with it.
And he can get up. He can jump out of the gym. Call him the French Freak for the reason. As Surges drives to the basket, puts the shot up. Tough shot, but it's good. Over Coughlin. Crusaders right back at it. Marquis makes a move, and he flies to the basket and makes an athletic move, and he puts that one in for his 7th point of the game. Wow.
Not much more you can say to that. That was just a Sports Center type play for the layup there.
You know, I didn't count, but it must have been about 4 seconds he took to get down from their end of the court, down the cadet end of the court. Kellogg finds Kennedy. And Coggin almost gets it stolen, but keeps composure over to Bose, and it is good. Great pass from Brendan Coggin to find Bose under the basket.
The composure there by Cogs. He looked like Tom Brady there, taking a hit and getting the pass to his open man for the point.
Different sport there, Leo, but I like it. I like the
Brady to Gronk. I compare Nick Bose to Rob Gronkowski. No questions there.
Cadet 3 is up, and it is no good. And it is going to be cadet ball on a questionable call here. Checking in the game, number 21, Matt Fitzpatrick, senior out of Most Holy Redeemer.
The 6th man for the Crusaders. He really provides a good shooting touch off the bench. He's one of the Crusaders' top players from behind the three-point arc.
Yeah, he really knows how to shoot it. Got a couple new faces for the cadets, too. 14 surveys the offense, pass it over to Evan Powell, a new point guard for the cadets.
He's taking his time here.
Looks for his man. Over to 14 at the top of the key. Kellogg defends. Reed makes a spin move on Kennedy, stops his dribble, and it is poked away from Nick Sullivan. Now, one thing I'm seeing early, we're through this first quarter, and Sullivan is the biggest and strongest guy in that court right now, and Nick Bose is doing a tremendous job of preventing him from getting the ball as much as he can.
You can't measure heart, Jack. Nick Bose is just doing a great job forcing the big man who's got a couple inches on him, really just making him a non-factor here.
You know, I've seen a lot of kids play basketball, but I haven't seen a lot of kids play with more heart than Nick Bose. The kid comes out every night, no matter what his role is. he's just able to do whatever he needs to do to help his team win. As Boulanger flies to the basket, gets the and one. What a move by Josh Boulanger. His hand was at the rim there.
That was just an impressive play there. He got up. Nice play. He jumped over John Reed, sent the poor kid to the floor, adding some points for the Crusaders here.
Now in for the Crusaders, the sharpshooting forward from Queen of Martyrs Grammar School, number 25, Matt Plum. Really shooter from beyond the arc. He also plays hard on both ends of the floor.
One of the grittiest players on the Crusaders.
Shot is up. And it just rolls out. Surges, comes up for the Cadets. Over 14. Piles, defended by Fitzpatrick. Looking for the big man inside, but Plum is doing a good job so far. This tough shot from Surges finds nothing but air as Fitzpatrick comes back down the court. It's the craziest chant, air ball, per usual. Kennedy back from the line, over to Kellogg for three, and it is down! Ryan Kellogg from Marquis Kennedy. Ryan Kellogg talked about the pregame show, sharpshooter from Most Holy Redeemer.
That was a tough shot there, but Crusaders were confident Matt Plum could make that, and he buried it for three.
These Crusader crazies are pumped as their team is up 18-6. Just under a minute 30 left in this first quarter. Crusaders are playing really well on both ends of the court right now. Holding the Cadets just 6 first quarter points so far. As it is stolen, Kennedy comes up to the rim, tries to dump it off to Boulanger, but it's just out of reach. As Surges comes up the court, drives to the hoop, and it looks like it's going to be a foul on Ryan Kellogg.
Brother Rice, number 1, Ryan
It's his
Kellogg,
first of the game.
second.
In the game now for the Crusaders. Back in the game for the Crusaders now is Brendan Coggin, but a new face, point guard, number 3, Connor Glennon, sophomore. Played on the sophomore level last year, started, had a great season, and now Coach Frater decided he was ready to play on the varsity level.
One of the top prospects for the Crusaders. His brother Mike actually was part of that class of 2016. Key player off the bench for that team. We'll see how his younger brother does here tonight.
This is a little early to say this, but I see Liam as a future point guard for the Crusaders once all these seniors are gone.
Definitely, with the skill he has, you could just see the leadership potential in him, just how he could command the court.
Absolutely. Surges surveys. Over number 30, Nate Johnson. Surges. Makes a couple moves. Can't seem to find an open cadet. Crusaders playing outstanding defense right now. Like I said on the pregame show, Coach Fraser really emphasizes defensive end of the ball.
That's how the Crusaders were so successful last year, just by focusing on defense first.
Surges pulls up again with another tough shot, and it is not going to go. But the cadet fights the rebound from Glennon. Almost lost again, but Surges pulls up for three, and he got nothing but air. As the first quarter comes to an end, the score is 18-6 in favor of the Crusaders. Leo, what are you seeing so far in this first quarter?
Yeah, right now, the Crusaders are just dominating the pace here. They're playing their style of play. They're creating the turnovers at the top of the key in the defensive zone, which is leading to these fast breaks we've seen from Kennedy and Boulanger. They're just forcing the turnovers, and that's resulting in this quick-paced offense that they just seem to dominate. They're passing the ball around the three-point arc. They're not taking a lot of shots. They're just taking the right shots, and that's really just what's contributed to this 18-6 lead.
Yeah, they're doing a great job of throwing around the ball. You know, you got Kennedy, Kellogg scoring. You got Bo's couple buckets. We got Boulanger with an and one. You know, it's really passing the ball around, which you love to see. Which is another.
I think that's what's different about this year's Crusader team. They're so deep that it's going to be a lot of different guys scoring. It's not going to be we're so relying on two players. Just everybody's going to be contributing. They're all going to do what they can to get the win for the team. We saw Plum come off the bench, just make some nice plays, and just everybody's contributing this year, and that's huge for the Crusaders.
Yeah,
because they don't have the size other teams have, but they do have the depth.
Right. One thing last year is the offensive field was so heavily reliant on Niego and Shepsky, rightfully so. But you know, when you have a team like this, you don't have a set superstar that everybody knows like Niego and Shepsky, but you know everybody on that bench and out here on the court are good players and they really know how to play together. Glennon over to Coughlin, picks up a screen from Plum, Coglin looks to drive to the hoop. Boulanger. Oh, and he is stuffed at the rim. Looks like he was going to try and dunk that one.
Might have been better off just trying to get the layup there. Nick Sullivan was able just to get the block there when Boulanger tried to do too much.
Powell pulls up from 2, and his foot was on the line, but it is good. 18-8 in favor of the Crusaders still. Glennon over to Coglin. Picks up another screen from Plum. Fitzpatrick. Gets out to the top of the key over to Glennon. Finds Coglin on the other side. Coglin jab steps. Back to Glennon. Finds Coglin in the short corner. Plum with the short shot, and it is up and good. Matt Plum. Great ball movement there for the Crusaders. Reminded me of watching a San Antonio Spurs game. Just the way
that was great ball movement by Connor Glennon there. He just stayed focused. He looked for, I think Coglin was his second option there, and found him to set up Plum.
It is out of bounds. It is going to be. So the refs are going to convene to see whose ball it is.
Looks like it's going to be.
And it is cadet ball still. The 14 going to inbound for the cadets. I'm sorry. Powell going to inbound. Inbounds at the 14. Picks up a screen from Sullivan. Gets to the hoop. 30 drives to the basket. Powell surveying the offense. Up top. Makes a couple move. Pulls off from 3 this time. And it is good. Look to the Crusader crazies after that. Crusaders are coming right back. Coglin drives to the hoop, makes an athletic move, and he is fouled. Good job right there. Get the contact, but avoid the charge. He went right around the list. He's listed at 6'9", number 33, Nick Sullivan.
That was a smart play there by Coglin. He saw that he had the big man in front of him, took the foul rather than risking the charge, and now we're going to see what he can do from the free throw line. Another great free throw shooter for the Crusaders. I feel like we could say that about everybody on this team.
Yeah, if I had to pick somebody on this team that I want at the line, down 1, no time left on the clock, shooting 2, it's Brendan Coglin. Kid works harder at every aspect of his game than most people, and it really shows in his play on the court.
Those 2 free throws just looked effortless. You don't see that from many players.
Because he works on it. He works on it so hard throughout the offseason, through the season. He's going to get a foul. Number 25, Matt Plum, he's fed up with that one.
Brother Rice, number 25, Matt Plum. First personal foul, team's third. Inbound.
And Marquis Kennedy comes back in. Give Josh Boulanger his first break of the game. Powell is looking for a man. Seems struggling inbounding, and Fitzpatrick gets the steal. Pushes up the court, makes a nice move. Kicks it Coglin in the corner for 3, and it is good. Brendan Coglin. That play
was all started by the turnover created by Matt Fitzpatrick there at the baseline. Set up everything for Coglin's shot there. Give the Crusaders a 14-point lead.
Coglin was pumped up after that 3, and rightfully so. You get Coglin going, these cadets are going to be in for some trouble.
Well, you can see Cogs just go off in games. He scored 32 points for his Crete-Moni. He can take over a game.
Anytime he wants to, really. And Kennedy with the steal. Drives to the hoop. Makes a move, and he gets right in for 2. He's so effortless getting to the basket. He just speeds up. He's able to change his speeds and lay it up softly in.
It's like he's playing 2K on rookie mode, and that just looked too easy.
And his shot is blocked by Kennedy. Nick Sullivan probably not used to getting a shot blocked, but being an athletic person like and Fitzpatrick for 3.
Fitzpatrick for 3.
Crusaders are really getting going right now. I don't know what that was. But apparently Powell got hacked on the arm. Coach Frazier's not happy with that call.
It's a soft call there. Didn't see much of an elbow.
Look like much. Powell looked like he was going to pass it off, but then the last second, when he realized he was going to get fouled, he tried to put it up to the basket, which is smart basketball play.
Smart play there. It just doesn't help the Crusaders, yeah.
I like the crowd we got going tonight, Leo.
A good atmosphere for a game. This is only the second meeting between Brother Rice and Marmion, but we have a huge crowd out here tonight, really welcoming them to Brother Rice for the first time. A warm welcome for the Crusader crazies here.
Powell's first shot is up and good. It's number 34, Ryan McMahon, checks back into the game for Ryan Fletcher. Crazies are currently barking at the free throw shooter. That's a new one. Powell's second.
Didn't seem to phase him too much. Must be a dog person.
14 back into the game for the Cadets. Glennon brings up the court for the Crusaders. Kennedy just got wide open space, goes to the hoop. Up and it almost falls again. Kennedy making it effortless, really going around defenders very easily. Great ball handler, very athletic kid.
And that adds something to this Crusader team because they do have a lot of guys that can shoot from behind the arc, but Kennedy's just a player that can get inside the paint, pick up fouls, or just get those easy layups.
Kennedy's first free throw is up and good. Yeah, like you said, Lee, when you have a guy, obviously you're going to get your shooters on the team, Coughlin, Kellogg, Fitzpatrick, Plum, all those guys. When you have a guy that can penetrate, that really forces the defense to collapse in on them and making the shooters more available.
Right, it makes the Crusaders less one-dimensional. It adds another aspect to their game that the defenses have to prepare for.
Kennedy makes his second free throw and surges. Surveys. Crusaders looking to trap. And we got a timeout from the Cadets.
Looked like the Crusader defense forced that. They're playing their tempo. They're pressuring Marmion right as they come into the zone. They're having trouble getting it past the three-point line, almost kind of forcing them to shoot from three, which might not be their game. That kind of just was a timeout taken out of frustration as Marmion saw they couldn't get anything going there.
And it really doesn't seem, well, the Crusaders have had the answers so far for the Cadets' game plan, and you know, I'm not the coach, but I assume their game plan was get the ball in the 33, Mick Sullivan, biggest, strongest guy in the court. He's probably one of the biggest, strongest guys in the court every time he steps out there. That's their game plan most of the time. It's got to be. So the Crusaders they knew that going into this game. I talked to Coach Frazier before the game, and he talked about number 4, Tommy Surges, and Mick Sullivan being their two dangerous players, and they're doing a great job containing them so far.
The Crusaders know how to play against star players. We saw them last year just lock down Maurice Commander versus Marist, lock down Alonzo Verge, one of the top recruits in the state, against Thornton last year in the playoffs. They've played against top caliber players and have been able to hold them down. Sullivan and Forges are good players, but the Crusaders have seen players of their caliber and know how to defend against them. I think that loss to Lincoln Way East really helped them, seeing a highly ranked team, knowing how to play against them. So now when they see a team like Marmion, they know how to defend against them.
Right, and you know, those losses like that are learning experiences. They trap, and Marquis Kennedy is going to foul Surges right at the half-court line. Kennedy knew he shouldn't have made that foul, but
just got a little too anxious there. Shouldn't change anything, though.
Seeing the Crusaders bring the trap, and here comes Kellogg and Marquis Kennedy. Finds Reed in the corner, back out to Surges. Little ball fakes, can't find a man. Over to 14, back to Surges. As Kellogg plays off him, looks to defend. Over to Surges. Reed for 3. And it is no good, but a rebound. Questionable decision not to go up there. It looks like all that was between him and the basket was air.
I think they're trying to play a little catch-up here, try to get those three-point plays.
Yeah, but, you know, when
it's
you're
not a smart thing to do.
Right, when you're playing a team like the Crusaders who are so defensively sound, you don't just want to put up threes. You know, you got to get to the basket. Try and find something to answer this tenacious Crusader defense. Surges over to Reed. Reed pulls up, and that one is good. After a while of surveying, Cadets finally going to fall. Glennon into Bose. Bose looks to drive over to Coughlin for 3 in the corner, and it is good. Brendan Coughlin once again, sharpshooter.
That was a tough shot there in the corner. Very few players can make that shot. Luckily for us, he's wearing number 23 in white.
We are very lucky that he's wearing number 23 in white. Let me tell you, Brendan Coughlin, phenomenal player. such a leader on the court as Cadets miss their shot and Glennon kicks it back out to Coughlin, splits the defense, and we're going to foul on the ground. Foul's going to be on number 14 for the Cadets. He's got a couple subs. Number 10, DeAndre Hagan in for the Crusaders. Connor Glennon coming off the court. A couple new guys for the Cadets as well. Kellogg gets the ball in the corner. Kicks out to the red-hot Brendan Coughlin. Coughlin over to Kellogg. Kellogg for three. And it is good. Ryan Kellogg from the corner for his second three of the game.
It's almost like he's trying to one-up Brendan Coughlin there. Makes a shot from the same spot Cogs did earlier.
Crusaders just having a shooting fest so far tonight, which we expected with a team with this many shooters. Surges over the top of the key. Over to Powell on the left side. Fletcher over to Surges again. Reed gets open, but he can't corral the ball, and he puts it up. And it is good again. John Reed starting to heat up a little bit here. Marquis Kennedy. Crusaders looking for the answer. Kellogg dishes it to Hagan. And Hagan comes into the game. Gets the pass down low. And he scores.
Good play there by the sophomore. It's always good to see underclassmen coming off the bench and contributing like that. Brendan Coughlin did the same type of stuff when he was a sophomore.
Scores 40-17 in favor of the Crusaders, winding down in the first half. Fletcher over to Powell. Powell scrambling. Surges is trying to break down Kennedy right now. Fletcher over to Reed. Cadets just do not have an answer for this Crusader defense right now. No answer whatsoever.
Just tell they look frustrated out there. They look confused almost. Crusaders are exploiting their game plan.
And rightfully so. I'd be confused and frustrated out there too. You can't get by any of these Crusader defenders. Oh, and another questionable call.
Tough break there for the Crusaders. Brendan Coughlin was just playing a little bit of pressure. Unfortunately picked up the foul there.
I didn't really see a foul there, did you?
I didn't. I just saw a guy playing good defense, but I guess the ref saw something different.
Saw a little bit of a flop there as well, but it is what it is. Powell to the line to shoot two for the Cadets. First is up, and it is no good. Boulanger checks back into the game for the Crusaders for Nick Bowes. Bowes playing really hard tonight. Only has 2 points, but he's playing great down low on defense, and he's creating shots for the Crusaders on the offensive end of the court as well. Second free throw is up, and it is good, making the score 40-18. Kennedy comes up the court. Boulanger wide open in the corner over there. We'll see if they try and find him. Coughlin up top against Reed. Crosses over. Ooh, Boulanger wanted that one. Boulanger is famous for his baseline dunks, and that could have been one of them right there.
It looked like there he got too excited. He was already thinking of what he was going to do after he scored the basket. He was already in his jumping motion as the ball came to him. Just has to slow it down there. Keep it simple.
He was certainly ready to throw that one down as Surges comes up the court. Surges dishes it off, 44. And he just gets swarmed by Crusaders. Kennedy up the court. Kellogg loses the handle, but saves it. Kennedy to the hoop. And there's Marquis Kennedy again.
It was a great keep there by Ryan Kellogg to set up Kennedy. Didn't give up on that ball.
It almost looks like slow motion when Kennedy's in the air. Comes Kennedy out to Kellogg for three. And it is put down by Ryan Kellogg. 45-18 Crusaders. And that is how the half is going to end. 45-18 after 2 quarters of play. Everything going right for the Crusaders. Shooting, defending, creating, scoring.
That was definitely how Coach Frazier wanted his players to start the half. Great game for the Crusaders. They can't get too confident here. They have to stick with what's working. You know Marmion's going to go into the locker room, make some adjustments, come out stronger in the second half.
Yeah, they are definitely going to want to come back out stronger in the second half, Leo. They're down by a ton of points right now. You know, they're really sitting in the locker room, and I feel like the question there is, you know, what do we do? And they got to come up with a game plan, you know, if they want to somehow try and inch their way back into this game. All right, we are going to take a short break. We will see you at the beginning of the third quarter.
Brother Rice, we have NHL caliber talent on the ice and in the booth. Stay in the booth.
We doing this? You want to go?
Come on, man, pass me the puck. I'm wide open up there. All right. All right, boys, we're going to start this drill off with a little bit of a breakout. Then we're going to regroup with some send two on the weak side, sauce it in the net, do a little selling with the boys, and wrap it up. Any questions?
You get any of that? I have no idea what he was talking about.
We pride ourselves in trying new things and testing out our skills. And with basketball season coming up, we figured, why not? All right, boys, let's see what you got. Hey, come here, watch this. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Hey, watch this.
Like we said last time, this jacket isn't just a gimmick. It's earned.
And once you've earned it, it comes with its perks.
Park it up front, don't scratch it.
I can't drive.
Morning, Mr. Antos. Any missed calls?
You know, the president called, Secretary of State, and I think your mom's.
Okay, thank you.
And I've got to get one of those orange jackets.
Hey, what's up? Alright, so I got a brand new idea. I was thinking about this last night. I think you're gonna like it.
Alright.
Me, you, Dino, Ricky. We're on a deserted island and we have no food or water.
I like that. We can talk about that a little more.
Yeah, well, we don't talk.
Hey, that's what's up, man.
Hey guys, you know, I gotta say, I'm pretty upset. We call all the games together, and then I see you guys are doing all these commercials. Without me, I don't even get an invite, and you guys don't even ask me if I have any good ideas. I mean, I've got some pretty good ideas.
Shoot, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, so it's us three, Coach Lane, and Ricky. And we're in the middle of...
Hey, hold that thought, hold that thought, alright?
I gotta get the calc.
It's really grown over the past couple months. And we have an intern now. That's pretty cool.
Hey, come on, you're going to your class, let's go.
Here's your cookies and milk, sir. 10 chocolate chips, just like you asked.
Yeah, thanks. Does he still have some things to learn? Yeah, no doubt. But I mean, it's a process. I'm confident he'll get it eventually.
All right, Tom, I'm heading out for tonight. Can I count on you to get that piece done by midnight?
Yeah, okay, sure, I'll try.
All right.
Yeah, remember to get my orange blazer too. Dry cleaners close at 5, right?
Okay, no problem.
All right, see you tomorrow. Hi, I'm Dan Hardy of the Brother Rice TV crew.
And I'm Brendan Ashley, also of the Brother Rice TV crew.
And it's a time of year again where we ask you for your generous help in contributing to our annual fund. You may be asking yourself, what is the annual fund?
Well, the annual fund is something we have here at Brother Rice that helps us pay for everything the school needs.
Yeah, like the lights.
And the plumbing, too. The money from your donations also goes to help renovate some of our labs and classrooms, as well as provide financial assistance to some of our students.
You may think that tuition alone covers all these things. That's actually not true. You see, there's a shortfall between the dollars that come in from tuition and what it actually costs to run the school. So your generous donations really help to bridge the gap. You may be wondering at this point, how do I make a donation to the annual fund?
Well, we just actually mailed out our fall appeal. You can return the envelope with your donation enclosed or go to brotherrice.org/give. Just know that it's people like you that make success here for students possible, thanks to your generous donations.
So please consider making a gift to the annual fund today. Your generosity is very much appreciated.
Here at Brother Rice TV, we pride ourselves on trying new things and testing out our skills. And with basketball season coming up, we figured, why not? All right, boys. Let's see what you got. Hey, come here, watch this. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Hey, watch this.
You guys all right?
No? Welcome back, Crusader fans. We are getting set to start the third quarter here. As you guys saw in the first half, if you were watching, if you're just tuning in, Crusaders completely dominating this game. As you can see on the scoreboard, when it comes up on the screen, 45-18 in favor of the Crusaders. Rice really doing everything right. I can't really say anything they were doing wrong or anything they can improve on, because I think if they just keep playing their game, they're going to easily win this.
Well, yeah, they have to keep playing their game, but they can't get too confident here. They can't underestimate Marmion just because of what they saw in the first half. They still have to respect their opponent and know what they're capable of and play strong defense and not give them any chance to creep back into this game.
Totally agree there, Leo. Yeah, man, we talked in the pregame show, we've talked a little bit about in this broadcast, Josh Niego and Mike Shepsky, and we're actually fortunate enough to have Josh Niego sitting up here in the stands tonight watching some of his former teammates. Josh is playing at Lewis University currently, doing well over there. Wish him the best of luck.
A little bit of a homecoming for the St. Cadgin alum. Great to see that he still supports his team. He's always welcome back at Brother Rice.
Absolutely outstanding player for the Crusaders. Tell me if I'm wrong, Leo, but I think he will go down as one of the best players to ever come out of Brother Rice.
Definitely, so you look at his accomplishments, stats don't lie. He's up there in the top of all the categories, right up there with his teammate Mike Shepsky. We were really fortunate to see those two kick off the Bobby Fraser era here at Brother Rice. going right up there with their coach's accomplishments.
Right. Not even just his stats, but his leadership on and off the court. You know, I watched a bunch of the games last year. The way he was talking, he was bringing everybody together. It was just great to see.
I'd say it was more important the games his sophomore year when the team wasn't good. Right. How he carried himself there and played on underperforming Crusader team.
Third quarter underway. Surges is defended by Kennedy. Crusaders start the early trap again, and he throws it right into Coughlin's hands. Coughlin dishes off to Kellogg. Takes one dribble left, and the three is no good. We got a foul. Looks like it's going to be on number 44, Ryan Fletcher.
He looks very confused about that. I don't think he realized that he tripped Nick Bowes there.
He straight up pushed down Boulanger. Kennedy looks inbound. Gets it to Boulanger in the corner. Unattended, puts it up for three. And it's just a bit long. Kennedy almost with the steal, but Surges comes up the court. Over to Fletcher. Nick Sullivan, who's been quiet tonight, and he loses the ball. Back in the post to him. Nick Bowes gets a steal over to Kennedy, and we're going to have an easy dunk by number 24, Marquis Kennedy. Getting up there off 2 feet. God, the kid can jump.
That's just fun to watch there. Marquis Kennedy making it look easy.
Another dunk. And another dunk from Kennedy. Gets the steal, throws it down, the one-hand jam. The crazies are going crazy as usual.
Welcome to Crusader Nation, Marquis Kennedy.
This is awesome to see. Sullivan is fouled down low. He's going to be, it's going to be on Nick Bowes.
Nick Bowes, first personal foul, team's first.
Bowes just got a little too aggressive there defending the big man.
Out to Surges up top. Reed for three, and it is short. Sullivan with the rebound. Can't secure it, but Reed goes up, puts it up, and Bowes secures the rebound. Coughlin down the court, tries to go behind the back, loses the ball. Bowes picks it up, and it's over to Kennedy. Drives over to Boulanger, and easy two. Kennedy to Boulanger for two, making the score 51-18 in favor of the Crusaders.
Looked like Marmion almost forgot Boulanger was under the basket there.
Over to Fletcher. Sullivan over to Powell. Reed goes right, then goes left. Can't find anything, but Surges puts his head down, goes to the basket. And it is just stripped. It's going to be a jump ball.
Marquis Kennedy didn't back down there. He just dug his feet in and was able to get the jump ball for the Crusaders there.
And look who it is coming in for the Crusaders, number 15, the big hurt, Mike Furlong, in for the first time tonight. Furlong, an MHR grad, along with Fitzpatrick and Brian Kellogg.
One of the energy guys for the Crusaders. Great to see when those guys can get in the game.
Absolutely. Coughlin pump fakes, drives to the hoop, and he traveled there. I'm not sure I saw it travel, but I'm not a referee, so it's going to be cadet ball going down. Number 2, Evan Powell, coming up the court, dish it over to Tommy Surges. Fletcher trying to get position on Bowes, cannot do that. Is Powell for three, and it is good. Evan Powell for three. And after he hits the three, looks like Boulanger stepped over the line. So it is going to be cadet ball under their own basket. Yeah, I would say costly turnover when you're up by 30. You know, you can afford mistakes like that. It's going to happen. Yeah, the three is up and bounce around and scramble for the ball. Boulanger gets on the ground, and the Crusaders secure it. Coughlin up the court. Here he comes. Makes a move. Dishes it out to Furlong. Furlong scrambles to get it. And it is going to be Crusader ball. Out of bounds. Number 10, Seth Groom. Furlong inbounds to Kennedy. Kennedy drives over to Bose. Bose goes up strong. It's no good, but Bose gets the rebound, and he is fouled on the floor. Good hustle there. Number 31, Nick Bose, really showing that heart I was talking about earlier.
Took 2 attempts there, just kept following his shot to the basket, and ended up getting the foul, setting up the Crusader inbound here.
The big man from Marmion checks back into the game. Pretty quiet tonight. Only has, I think he has 2 or 4 points. But Kennedy just out of Furlong's reach, and it is out of bounds. Mike Furlong.
Out of bounds, Brother Rice. Inbounds to the Cadets.
Tommy Surges bring the ball up court here for the Cadets. I'm sorry, Evan Powell will start the offense.
Crusader defense is doing a great job here. They're not giving Powell any options here.
Into Sullivan, they double him in the post, but he's strong, puts up with the left hand, and it is good. Kennedy comes right back, blows by 3 defenders, and gets the roll. I think that was about 3 seconds from the inbound pass to the hoop.
Just the speed by Kennedy there, using it to get past all Marmion's defense, including the big man Sullivan, for that layup.
Stolen by Boulanger, and we're going to have a blocking foul on Tommy Surges after the steal.
Josh Boulanger definitely helped that there. He didn't give up on the play. He followed through, brought him to the ground, and ends up getting called for a block there. As Boulanger gets set to bring it in.
Defender loses sight of Kennedy, almost traveled there. Fitzpatrick, and he gets it picked off by Surges. Surges to the hoop. Kennedy almost blocked that, but Boulanger says, not in my house. But he gets the foul. Josh Boulanger. It was said in the pregame, Leo. It's like, you know, you're a player, and if you know who Boulanger is, versus Marmion players, you really don't. But you know, if you're going up to the rim and Boulanger is there, you can almost 90% of the time guarantee that shot's coming right back down to your face.
And he could play with even the biggest of guys, still get those blocked shots. He's just, that's what he made a name for himself doing last year, and now he's developed that offensive role. A real great dual threat player for the Crusaders.
Boulanger really, you know, he just came into the Crusader play style last year, fit in great, and now he's become one of the premier players for the Crusaders. As Furlong dished it to Kennedy. Nick Bose looking to shoot for 3, but he dished it off to Mike Furlong. Into Boulanger. Gets pump fakes and goes up. Trying to find contact there. Kind of a risky move, but he got the bucket to go. Boulanger, you know, not the strongest of guys, you know, not very bulky, but he plays with the strongest of them, like you said, Leo. He can play with the best of them.
Well, we saw him last year against Marist, playing against Justin Brown, who had at least 6 inches on him. He just never gave up and ended up winning the battles below the basket all night.
It's Kennedy. Oh, leaves it short at the rim. Here comes Kennedy back up. It's blocked at the rim. Powell does not have numbers here, but tries to make a move, pulls up, and it is down. Making the score 55-26, heavily favoring the Crusaders, who are up by 29 right now. Kennedy surveys over to Boulanger, who's wide open for 3, and it is down. Josh Boulanger for 3. French Freak doing it all tonight, rebounding, blocking shots, scoring under the hoop, and there's a 3.
You know, Josh Boulanger, he could play defense, he could get the layups, he could get rebounds, and he can shoot too. He's really just a Swiss Army knife for the Crusaders here.
He's known so well for his defensive play, but one thing that I think gets underlooked is his ability to really score from anywhere on the court.
And due to the Crusaders' undersize, he's relied on to get the rebounds and stuff. On most teams, he could be more of a guard shooting from beyond 3, and he can show that he does that. I believe he said he played point guard for his AAU team in the offseason.
Kennedy pulls up just short off the front of the rim, rolls on back, and Cadets take control here. About 1:45 left to go in this third quarter. Crusaders commanding this game. Sullivan over to Powell. Powell pulls up again, and it is no good. Boulanger secures the rebound for the Crusaders. Looks for Kennedy, but he puts it right in the hands of Reed, and he just gets stuffed at the in a row. There it is again. Like I said, you gotta know that as a cadet player.
Josh Boulanger, he made the mistake on that pass there. He made up for it by making not one, but 2 blocks there against Marmion. Absolutely dominating on defense. Completely redeemed himself there. Now Matt Fitzpatrick gets set to bring it in for the Crusaders.
Fitzpatrick looking to inbound. He gets it to Glennon as Plum, DeAndre Hagan, and Connor Glennon have checked back in for the Crusaders. Fitzpatrick makes a costly turnover there. Floater up, and it's no good. We got a foul underneath the basket.
You know, even though the Crusaders are up by so much, you got to think that Coach Fraser might not be happy with these turnovers the Crusaders are making. He's such a perfectionist with this team that even in blowouts like this, he still demands the best from his guys. And that includes making good passes, though.
Right. You know, it's good to be a perfectionist as a coach, but you know, you also gotta understand that these players are gonna make mistakes. They're playing a heck of a game tonight, and just all around awesome game for the Crusaders. Coach Fraser is gonna sleep happy tonight.
Foul on Brother Rice, number 10, DeAndre Hagan.
Got a foul on DeAndre Hagan. Mick Sullivan to the line to shoot 2. First is up, and it is down. Second shot is up, and it is good. Glennon makes a move. Kicks it to Hagan. Hagan drives strong. Meets Sullivan at the rim, but it is no good. Scramble on the ground for it. Going to be out of bounds. Crusaders are going to retain possession here.
It was a nice drive to the net by Hagan, even though he didn't finish by getting the bucket. That's the type of plays, the more he does it on varsity, the better he's going to get at it. Eventually, that's going to result in 2 points for the Crusaders.
Absolutely. Totally agree with you there, Leo. Coughlin is defended by Reed, gets a screen from Plum. Coughlin been a little bit quiet tonight, but he really hasn't had to do much with the outstanding play from Kennedy. As Glennon hits the 3, making the score 61-28 as we wind down here in the 3rd quarter. But like I said, you know, Coughlin, even though he's not scoring all the points tonight, he's doing a lot of great things on both ends with his leadership.
I'd say early in the first half, he was
up to Coughlin, and just at the end of the quarter, Hagan lobs up to Coughlin. Coughlin catches it on the bounce and puts it up for 2.
Marmion Academy.
Just when we were talking about Brendan Coughlin being quiet, of course he has to go out there and score 2 points.
That's why I said it, Leo, just so he can go out there and score those points. But while I have a quick break in the action, we want to give a birthday shout out to our director here at BRTV, Mr. Patrick Creed. Would not be able to make any of this happen without him. We are very grateful for him. Happy 30th.
We're definitely lucky to have him at the helm of Brother Rice TV, sacrificing his birthday here to be with us. Great guy, loves the Crusaders.
I offered to go out with him after this for his birthday, but he didn't seem too enthusiastic about that one.
The one thing to pay attention to as we're entering the 4th quarter of this blowout game, I wonder what guys we'll see off the bench. I'd expect we'll see lots of Connor Glennon and DeAndre Hagan, just getting them some varsity experience. Maybe we'll see a Tommy Durkin or even David O'Keefe and Anthony Arquilla, just to get these guys some reps on the varsity team. It's a big adjustment going from sophomores to varsity. Maybe get some of these juniors some looks.
Yeah, definitely. I think you get a game like this, I think Coach Fraser's just still throwing out Coughlin and Glennon out there to just make sure everybody just keeps together and make sure they maintain this lead. And then when they get farther in the 4th quarter, I assume that Coach Fraser is going to put in those guys. Glennon inbounds to Coughlin. Gets a screen from Hagan. Coughlin kicks it to Furlong. Furlong goes right. Hagan. Glennon makes a move. Plum dribbles left, kicks it to Glennon. Gets a screen from Hagan. Goes around the screen. Hagan for three. And it's just a bit long, but Furlong in there for the rebound. Furlong, a great scrappy player. Coglin tries to get somewhere, but cannot find a hole. He gets a screen from Hagan. Puts his head down, kicks it out to Furlong in the corner for three. And it is just a bit long, but Hagan gets the rebound. And he just could not find. And Glennon steals it for three. No good. Hagan again. Wow, DeAndre Hagan really showing Coach Frazier why he is on this team. Really showing all of us why he's on this team. Just getting in there for all the rebounds, giving the Crusaders second and third chances.
He's making all these plays as a sophomore. The more he does it, the better he's going to get. Expect him to only improve every game this season.
Shot from Sullivan is a bit long. Glennon finds Plum. Plum puts it up for two. Great pass. Furlong.
Great pass there by Furlong to find Matt Plum wide open under the basket to have that two-pointer.
We got a quick break here. Got this varsity team. We got three graduates from Most Holy Redeemer that have been playing together since they were little. I remember playing against them in grammar school. All great players: Ryan Kellogg, Mike Furlong, and Matt Fitzpatrick.
And it's worth mentioning that of the six guys, you got Connor Coyne, who's also playing at Marist, Declan Smythe, who's playing at Evergreen Park, and Sloppy Joe Mankey, the varsity basketball manager for the Crusaders. All six players from that Most Holy Redeemer are still involved with varsity basketball in high school now that they're seniors.
Yeah, MHR was a powerhouse when we were in grammar school, Leo. It's, you know, they were just able to shoot from anywhere on the court. You know, I always remember when we'd walk in to play MHR, it's like, all right, the game plan, if we stop the shooting, you win the game, but it was usually hard to stop the shooting.
Easier said than done, especially in that smaller gym. They just dominated on their home court.
Right. As Tommy surges, dishes it off to Groom, back to Surges. Surveys. Looking for a man. Sullivan at the top of the key, guarded by Plum. Hands it off to Groom. And back to Surge at the top of the key. Surge looks confused, ball on his hip. He doesn't know what his offense is doing right now, but he finds 14 out on the wing. Over to Reed. Back to Groom. Looking for Sullivan, but cannot find him. As Surge pulls up for three. And it is no good. So we get a foul. Got a holding call. Looks like it's going to be on DeAndre Hagan. Oh, I'm mistaken. That foul was on Matt Plum. Second foul of the game. Team's fifth. Cadets inbound. Ryan Fletcher returning the game for the Cadets. Sullivan puts a body down low, and he gets fouled. I think it's going to be, I don't know, it's either going to be Hagan from behind or Plum. Let's see the verdict. Yep, it is going to be on Hagan.
That was still a good job there by Hagan, just pressuring the senior who has some size on him. It's a good play there to see some great effort by the sophomore.
First shot is up, and it rolls off the front of the rim and out. Second shot from Sullivan up, and it goes down. Sullivan makes 1 or 2 from the line. He's coming out, replaced by number 30, Nate Johnson, who's a sophomore on this varsity team. Glennon goes left. Hagan out to Kellogg. Having a nice game tonight. Coglin to Glennon. Glennon pump fakes, gets to the rim. Dish it to Hagan. He's bumped hard. This foul's going to be on number 4. Tommy Surges for the Cadets. Hagan was bumped hard there. Big hurt back into the game for Coglin. That might have been Coglin's last rodeo. This game doesn't look like they need him out there right now.
Just let some of the other guys play, give Coglin some rest. It's a long season. There's a lot of basketball left this year. That really is the last of Coglin night. We know he's just going to be using it to prepare for Friday night.
Glennon goes to the basket hard and gets fouled.
It looks like Connor Glennon's going to head to the line for 2. That foul is going to be on Ryan Fletcher.
Brother Rice is number 3, Connor Glennon to the line. Shoot 2.
Glennon's first one is up, and it is down.
Looks very composed at the free throw line for a sophomore. You know, he works out a lot with Josh Nego during the summer. You can really see where Nego might have helped him out with some of his form.
Second shot is long off the back of the rim as Joe Reed brings the ball up the court for the Cadets. Hands it off to Surges. Playing a little handoff game like in football, but it is stolen by Glennon. Glennon gets out on the break, makes a nice move, and Glennon gets two. Avoids two defenders and puts it in.
Really impressed by the hustle on that play by Connor Glennon. Getting the turnover and just racing down there with two guys on his tail for the layup.
Truly showing why he was put on this varsity team, as a sophomore, along with Hagen. Both playing really great games tonight.
You know, that's great to see. We're talking so much about how great this senior class is. When we're seeing underclassmen into the game, just developing, that's a good sign for the future of Brother Rice basketball.
Yeah, you know, when you develop players as they're sophomores, juniors, come around the time when they're seniors, you know they're going to have a lot of experiences. Hagen fouls Nate Johnson from behind. And
Brother Rice, number 10, DeAndre Hagen.
Looks like number 34, Anthony Arquilla, is going to see some action.
Marmion Academy is number 30. Nate Johnson's in line to shoot two.
Nate Johnson heads to the free throw line. Sinks his first one. Now Arquilla, the 6'3" junior from St. Catherine, also a member from the football team, heads into the game. One thing to note about Arquilla is his athleticism. We saw a lot in the football season. He was just able to go up and get some well-placed balls from John Bean for touchdowns. You could expect to see that athleticism below the basket here tonight for the Crusader basketball team.
Absolutely. He makes a move. Arquilla gets the ball, gets stripped, going to the hoop. Surges goes to the basket, gets fouled, makes the shot. There's an and one for Tommy Surges.
Fouls on Brother Rice, number 34, Anthony Arquilla, his first personal foul.
Fouls on Anthony Arquilla.
Basket is good. Marmion's number 4, Tommy Surges, is line to shoot one.
And one attempt is good. Glennon brings the ball up court. Over to Furlong, out to Kellogg. Glennon is guarded by Reed, jab steps, goes left, and he's met at the rim and blocked by number 14. It's a good move there by Glennon.
That was a good read there. He was looking for the pass. He saw he had an open lane, drove. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get the basket, but a good read, seeing open space and taking advantage of it.
Right. 14 for the Cadets hits the shot. Glennon finds Hagen, and he gets the basket to go. Connor Glennon, an amazing find. That kind of look like Curry to Durant right there.
We can get used to seeing that for the next 3 years.
Hagen looks to complete the and one attempt. And it is good. DeAndre Hagen having himself a nice game here tonight. Joe Reed at the top of the key. 14 surveys, over to Surges. Reed defended by Kellogg. Fletcher looks for a man. Puts his head down, kicks it out to number 14. Goes left. Shot is up. And it is long. Oh, but he gets his own rebound. And looks like refs are going to say he was fouled on that shot attempt.
It's on DeAndre Hagen. I'm not sure if I saw the foul there.
I don't think I saw the foul at all, to be honest with you. Hagen went up, slapped the backboard. I mean, maybe there was a little bit of body there we didn't see, but I don't know about that one, Leo.
Just being a little nitpicky here late in the game.
And one attempt is completed. Glennon finds Arquilla. Arquilla goes up strong. Gets the and one. Anthony Arquilla comes into this game. Makes a nice move.
Nice play there by Arquilla, just turning around, following through with his shot. Pick up the and one here.
Johnson, his first personal foul. Good.
Must feel good for Aquila. You know, first home game as a Varsity Crusader. Gets a nice and one, and he puts down the free throw, making the score 74-43 in favor of the Crusaders. Got another junior in, number 13, Jeremy Kelly out of St. Catherine's Grammar School. Another sharpshooter here for the Crusaders. He puts head down, goes up, and is rebounded by Kelly, but it is off. He dribbles it off his foot. We got the big man, number 44, Joe Fitzgerald, now into the game.
Another varsity football player coming in.
Big linebacker. Shot is up from the corner from Reed, and it is good. Glennon carries the ball up court. It's a nice move. Pulls up, and it is down. Connor Glennon really just breaking down the Marmion defense there.
You can really see the potential in Connor Glennon, just the way he's taken over this game here in the final minutes. Even though he's not doing it against Marmion starters, he's still just dominating the game here. That's good signs for the future.
Absolutely. A surge is trying his baseline right for the nice two. Glennon pulls up for three. Just rimmed out. Kelly looking for the rebound, but he does not get it. Surges comes back up the court. Makes crossover. It is stolen by Furlong. Glennon drives, and it is stolen by Reed. A lot of back and forth action going on here as we are winding down the fourth quarter here. Surges on a little bit of a surge here as this fourth quarter winds down, scoring a couple buckets.
Too little, too late. He's doing it against Brother Rice's bench here.
And all the juniors coming in here for the Crusaders. David O'Keefe and Tom Durkin in now for the Crusaders.
Another football player coming in for the Crusaders. It's worth noting just the size that they have in this junior class. You have David O'Keefe, who's 6'2", Anthony Aquila, who's 6'3", and Joe Fitzgerald, who's 6'2". Mix that in with Glennon and Hagan, along with the sharpshooter Tommy Durkin. Things are looking good for the future of Brother Rice basketball.
Yeah, definitely. And while we have a quick break, I want to look ahead to the next few games coming up for the Crusaders. This Friday, December 9th, the Crusaders will take on Kenwood. Then next Tuesday, they will take on Fenwick, followed by Eisenhower and Loyola Academy. A couple good teams in there, Fenwick and Loyola.
I wouldn't sleep on the Kenwood game either. That's being played at Mount Carmel, part of their a little showcase going on there. There's going to be a lot of hype leading up to that game, a lot of eyes on the Crusaders, and a chance for them to show people what this team's capable of.
That Fenwick game's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a battle. I can already tell, but Tom Durkin into the game. O'Keefe into Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald makes a nice power move. Lose the ball a bit. Fitzgerald goes straight up. Aquila straight up. Ball's getting tipped. And Cadets are going to come up with it.
Looks like that foul's going to be on O'Keefe for a push.
I would not want to get pushed by him, let me tell you.
Definitely not, Jack.
Seth Groom to the line. Shooting two here, I believe. And the first one rims out. Got the five out there, all juniors right now. It's a good thing to see, especially early in the season. Get them some early season experience when you're up by 25 points.
Just to get these guys some reps, some experience, getting them to make that adjustment from sophomores to varsity in kind of a low-pressure situation.
Durkin goes left, hands it off to Jeremy Kelly, makes a crossover, and the ball is stolen by Surges. Surges to the rim, and it is good. Surges kind of going off a little bit here, trying to make a statement last couple minutes, but it's going to be too little too late as we are into the final minute. Crusaders are going to pull this one out by double digits. Fitzgerald gets it stolen by Surges. Surges pulls off for three. Just short. Durkin secures the rock. Well, and Ball on the ground, Fitzgerald, nice hustle play right there from the big junior. And looks like our pro is just going to hold this one. The Crusaders are going to win 76-54. First home game of the year, first home W. Always great to get a win, your first home game. Let's talk a little bit about the game we just saw here. Now, first I want to talk about Marquis Kennedy. Didn't play much in the fourth quarter, but those first 3 quarters, man, he was impressive.
That was exactly what you want to see as a Crusader fan. Marquis Kennedy went out there and just dominated. Marmion couldn't do anything to stop him. That's great to see for the Crusaders. He's going to be a huge contributor as the season goes along.
Also, great contribution by Brendan Coughlin, Ryan Kellogg, really everybody on the team stepped up tonight to contribute to this win. Thank you for tuning in to Brother Rice TV. I'm Jack Sampillo alongside my partner Leo Sauter. Have a great night, everyone. Go Crusaders.